Hi. Um, I'm gonna give it a second to turn on, but my name is April Canavan, and I'm one of the authors in Fated Mate, this lovely, wonderful page that you are possibly watching on. I chose a time that I was pretty sure no one else would be around so that I could come on and introduce myself and talk a little bit at empty space and then read an excerpt from one of my favorite scenes from Finding Her Mate. Hi, whoever's saying hi is signed in as Fated Mates in the comments. That tells me it's one of our authors. Um, so I wrote about dragons. My story is called Finding Her Dragons. My story is a paranormal romance, but it's also a reverse harem. So that makes me happy. It was a new experience to write, but at the same time I was like, yeah, this is hot over and over again while I was writing it. And I'm really excited because not only am I going to be releasing Fated Mates, or Finding Her Dragons and Fated Mates, but I'm also at the same time going to release the sequel. So if you read it and then you like it, you can read the sequel at the same time, or well, when you finish. Hopefully not at the same time, because who does that besides me? Anyway, um, so without further ado, I feel like I should go ahead and maybe try to read this read this excerpt from Finding Her Dragons. Although I should warn you that I haven't really ever done a live reading before, so this is like a first time for me. I'm like a live reading virgin over here. All right. So be advised, there is cussing. I wrote about reverse harems and there's sex in them. I'm not reading you a sex scene. You don't have to be worried about that. I feel like I could not get away with that on Facebook Live. And for probably good reason. Like somebody would take away my writer's card if I did. Okay, so I'm gonna read you my favorite scene, and I don't know why it's my favorite scene, it just is. Without further ado, cue April. And beginning the scene. Eric had just laid out some lunch meat and sandwich bacon when Damon just couldn't hold it in anymore. She's a dragon, he said without mincing the words. There was no need for him to say who he was talking about. They all knew. It just didn't need to be explained. No, Ben said with a grim look on his face. Not possible. He set the sandwich he was about to eat down on the table, missing his plate entirely. I'm telling you, Damon insisted. She's a goddamn dragon, and I didn't smell a mate on her. He knew what he was implying. There were only four. If one was there with them, that meant that they needed to get off their asses. They needed to act. Fuck, Cass groaned. What the hell are we going to do? Damon could see the wheels already turning in the other man's mind. Cass had always been the one to plan and plot and work. He's the one who wanted to protect those that needed it the most. They all looked at Eric, and Damon almost laughed at at the pure horror written on his face as their friend realized what they thought he might want to do. We can't do that, Eric said. He'll kill her. Damon nodded his head in agreement. I know. We have to do something now. You're sure? Ben asked him, and Damon could see the hope in his eyes. Hope for what? Damon had no idea, but there was clearly some hope there. I'm about 120% sure. Did you see her eyes? Yes. Eric didn't hesitate in answering, and Damon knew that he had been right in thinking that the others were just as transfixed as he had been. That's the only thing you got, though. That doesn't tell me that she's a dragon. That, Damon said, and her name. He just hoped that it would be enough to get the three of them to trust him. Before Damon said anything else, he ran through all the information in his head one more time. Damon's father had given him everything he might ever need to try and find one of the female dragons, just in case his life was ever dependent on it. His father, the keeper of the records, had tried to hide the existence of the female dragons, but the damn Dragon King had found out, and he demanded the information on the threat of ending his life. Instead of giving it, Damon's father destroyed it and let the king kill him to protect it. And end scene. I feel like that was pretty tense. Maybe just a little bit. I don't know. That's one. For some reason, it's one of my favorite scenes because you get to see all four of our dragons, and I like them because I call them R. I'm like, ooh, my dragons are here to play. All four of my male dragons, and they've just come to the realization, or one of them has at least, that our female main character is a dragon. And it gives me so much excitement and fun and hope for what's going to happen between the four of them and her, that it has me on pins and needles. And I wrote the story. Like, I wrote it, and I'm so excited. But anyway, I just wanted to share that and make sure that you guys got a glimpse at this face after a long day of doing absolutely nothing. So, with that being said, I think I will end the shortest live video that I've ever done in the history of me doing live videos for any reason, and say goodbye. Oh, and if you liked my hilarious rendition of how the voices in my head are, how they talk, you can click the link in the description and get your copy of Fated Mates on Amazon. All right, I'll see you guys later.